Hey, it's Florida Aquaman here, and I'm out in Sarasota, Florida, and we are getting ready to do some spearfishing. I'm getting ready to hop in the water. You can see we got all the gear ready to go. Couple guns. Graham's gonna hop in with me, right, Graham?
Let's go.
And we're in 102 feet of water. And there's the numbers that I'm gonna blur out.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. They are. GPS
Yeah, we can't tell them, you know, GPS numbers. So I'm gonna go get suited up and we're gonna hop in. So we were going with Sal. If you guys remember some of my original lobster videos, Sal was in, if you guys have ever watched that. He actually showed me a lot about how to lobster those bridges because he's been doing it for way over 30 years and he's got some really good spots on his GPS, I'll tell you that much, because he's been doing it for so long. So, all right, we are right on time, 7 o'clock. Oh, there he is. They say if you're there at right on time, you're late, but there he is. There she is. How you doing, Sal? Good morning.
Thank you.
I'll start with that one. You can see, that's a big boat. From front all the way to the back. It's got twin 300 Suzukis on it. We got all our tanks ready to go. Spear guns. Check out that house right there. Wouldn't mind having that, huh? Look at that. Check that out. Crab. Do they bite? Oh yeah, they bite. Look at that. We're about 60 miles offshore, that little crab. So I'll show you guys my setup. This is the same setup that I dive with the keys, except I got a pony bottle on there. You can see I got an extra reg in case, you know, I have a problem with this. I have a completely separate whole system, kind of redundancy in case I have an issue. You know, a little knife. I don't dive a computer. I probably should when I'm diving this deep, but I just got a basic, you know, pressure gauge and depth gauge, safety sausage, integrated weights, you know, real basic light BC. So nothing fancy. You can see when I go down to the Keys and I start doing some diving in August, I won't even dive that pony bottle, just that real basic setup. So.
And boat balls, they're like 50 of them down here. You have one here, one 10 feet away, one.
So it's me and Graham. We are headed towards the marker buoy. That buoy is just a piece of line tied to a piece of lead, and that marks a spot so we don't have to anchor the boat because we have somebody driving. It's a lot more efficient. So we're dropping down about 105 feet of water. You can see we got some AJs coming up taking a look at us. And there is the artificial we were diving. You can see there's some really big Goliaths swimming around. If you watch, I had a couple big snapper come across, but I didn't shoot them because I knew the Goliath grouper would have just ate them and I would have lost them. So you got to kind of watch that with your shots when you're diving. Always watch your back. Shining in a hole, and you can see there's some nice snapper.
pounded one. You got to be really patient with these snapper because they're super erratic and they don't like to hold still, so you got to kind of wait for a perfect shot. You can see there's some type of grouper in this hole. I wasn't sure if he was a gag or a red, so I kind of gave him a poke to take a look at him. Ended up being a gag grouper, and the season is closed on him, unfortunately, till September. Some nice AJs. Just give him a poke, get him away from me. And all that commotion apparently attracted in this fish. I kind of see it in the distance. I couldn't tell what it was, so I kind of got a closer look on it. And you can see it's a really nice red grouper, so it's game on. Boom, shot him, and I watched this video about 10 times. I do not know what happened. I shot him and the spear bounced. I'm thinking because I only had one band, I should have had two. He ended up shooting into another spot here, and we tried to get him out of the hole and we couldn't. But the good news is a big old mutton shot out when that red grouper went in that hole. So I'm grabbing this nice mutton snapper, getting it all together, and then Grams took my gun and tried again for that red grouper. Unfortunately, we didn't get him, so you can see we got a nice mangrove there. This was actually one of the nice bigger ones that were on there. I was trying to be patient and wait for him because there was a bunch of smalls. Just putting him on the stringer right through the eyes. You can see this artificial's got a lot of rope and tangle hazards on it. There's nets, fishing lines, so you got to kind of be very careful with your shot and make sure you don't make a mess. You just got to be patient. That's the key. And you can see that's what I did. I waited until he turned sideways and I had a nice clean shot. So I was going around the artificial and I seen that there was something big that stirred up into this hole, so I'm kind of taking a look, see if I can find what it was. And unfortunately it never showed, so I took a shot at this snapper. And this is going to show you why you got to be really patient with your shots, because look what I did when I shot this fish. If you look really, really close, he shot in the hole and you can kind of see his tail sticking out. Right about there. That's his tail, and my spear's on the other side of the hole. So I kind of got myself in a mess here. And if you look, there's a Goliath grouper that's kind of watching, and he wants a free meal. So all I had to do was unclip it, get it all untangled, you know, get it all situated, and on to the next fish. Again, just being really, really patient. Waiting on a nice shot. You can see all the bait fish. It was insane. There was a ton of them. Kind of just using the light to my advantage, waiting until one gives me a nice side shot, because I want to get a headshot. I don't want to waste much meat. So you can see a big one took off. I kind of chased him up. And then we had some more snapper here just to show you how many there are. And kind of all the nets and rope and stuff that's on this artificial. You can see, I believe it is an old crane. I know it's hard to tell. It's got so much growth on it. But you can kind of see the wheels on the bottom. You can see the cabin there. It's pretty cool looking. A lot of holes, a lot of places where fish can go. So that's what I'm kind of doing. I'm looking, seeing if there's anything good. Once you drop on the bottom and you start playing with these fish, they like to really hide in the holes. You can see, look at all the Goliaths that are down there. They actually didn't bother me too bad, but I was kind of watching. I was watching my back. If you watch, a lot of times when I shoot, I'll look back just to make sure nothing's coming up behind me, because I did have a stringer full of fish on my hip. So nice little snapper. Take him out of the hole. Get them all strung up. You can see we got a nice little mess of snapper there. Getting ready to head up because we were running low on air. You can see all the amberjack that were following us up. It was pretty crazy. There was a ton of them. I mean, you can see some more of these AJs. Just pretty cool. Awesome dive. Had a blast.
Check that out. We got a nice couple of snapper. Ton of snapper down there.
Yeah, I told you.
Bunch of gags too. So we're gonna try a different spot here. We're gonna run out. How deep we running? 150?
150, 155.
Yeah. So they're gonna dive 150. I'm gonna stay in the boat. And they're gonna come up with huge reds. 150. 150?
150.
150?
Ready?
Wait, Graham, not yet. The buoy.
Good?
Oh,
The buoy's right behind you.
tell me when.
You're good. They must have shot something good. For them to be that far off the buoy, something happened. So the interesting thing about this spot is Sal told me that he shot an 86-pound Cubera here, Cubera snapper, so maybe he'll come up with something crazy. You never know, especially when you're diving this deeper stuff. You never know what's down there because that's where the fish are. They got to be somewhere. Just got to find them. With this deep depth, they're not going to be down that long. They're usually down. They basically go down for like 5-10 minutes, depending what's down there, and they come back up. More of a deco stop than a safety stop because it's mandatory at this depth. You can't just come straight up. You have to actually stop off gas and then come up. Whereas if you're diving like shallower, there's no decompression limit. You can shoot straight up if you have a problem or something like that. That is not the case when you're diving this deep. Don't quote me, but I think the no deco limit is like, I think maybe like 120 feet. Once you start going on that, you know, you have to do your deco stop. We'll see in the future. Maybe I'll do a little more deep diving. Kind of get used to it, get the feel for it. I like to be very comfortable when I'm doing stuff like that, you know. Get used to it because it's a whole another element. You start diving deeper, you know, than that decompression limit. You got to be really, really careful because you can get bent. You got a host of issues. You know, you have a problem with a fish. It's not like when you're in, you know, 80 foot. It's a big deal, so got to be really proficient at it. So I think they might have some red snapper because I keep seeing them coming up and down the water column. Because I thought they were coming up, but I think they're on something. Because they've been staying down for quite a while. They're on fish. There's no doubt about it.
Quick, your flippers.
Got it. What?
Wahoo! Down there. Go down there and help him. You don't need a spare guy, just put your flippers on.
I got you.
And here's what will give you the fish.
Just in case?
So Sal told me get on my gear and jump in the water and give Graham a hand. What happened was Sal saw this fish in 30 foot of water. It swam by him, and he didn't have a line shaft attached to his spear. He just had a free spear. So when he shot the fish, he shot it. He thought he was going to stone it, and it went from 30 feet down to 60 foot. And Sal didn't have any more air, and he wasn't going to shoot back down because it's not safe when you're diving that deep. Luckily, it shot down the Graham. Graham was underneath him at 60 foot. So Graham ended up taking a couple shots at him, knocked the fish out, and he was worried that Graham would also be low on air, so he wanted me to go, you know, help him out with the fish in case he was still fighting him, give him any air that I had in case he was running low and everything was good. So that's what I kind of did, made sure he was good, assisting him. Sal thought it was a wahoo. Sometimes it's hard to tell when you're in the water. You know, the colorations of fish look a little different sometimes when you're a little deeper. So, but it wasn't a wahoo, but still, it was a really, really nice kingfish, as you can see.
It's a big old king.
So Sal's got a steel tank with oxygen in it. They just hang it over the side. Let him deco a little bit because he's been doing a bunch of dives. So he just loops it around the ring. Down about, what, 15 feet? Yep.
Take off.
Those are studs. Look at that. He told me he got the bigger one. He said he shot the kingfish. He said you didn't even help. Alright, we're gonna see how big this wahoo kingfish is. I think he's 40. He's all, look, that thing's all day 40.
Hold on. Okay, go.
Hold him up.
Okay, you can let him down. It will stay.
Oh yeah.
Here.
What's he at? Close to 40?
35.
30? Man, you're on the money. Look at that king right there.
And 33. Yeah, it's a dummy scale too.
Yeah. Big old kingfish.
Way bigger than 33.
Yeah, he looks 40 all day, right? I mean, he's gotta be 5 foot long, you know? Ooh, slippery. There. I'm kind of jealous of that hog right there. How big you think that hog is?
Careful, it's slippery.
Look at the size of that thing. And those are aquarium fish, so they're non-native, they're invasive, and you can see that's where the venom is on the spines. If that gets you, you're gonna have a bad day. Because all he's gonna do is cut off those spines. And these are aquarium fish that got out into the ocean. They're not as common as they used to be. It used to be everywhere. You get them in 80, 90 feet. Now, you only see them pretty much deeper, right? For the most part.
Yeah, 120 plus.
Yeah,
Probably.
120 plus. And there you go. You cut them off and he's good to go. Some ceviche, but they're delicious. And crazy. Look at the colors on them. I mean, pretty, huh? Look at that thing.
You wonder why they call them lionfish, huh?
Yeah. Pretty, pretty. And Sal, Daddy Sal. Look what Daddy Sal got. Alright guys, that's the last dive of the day, so we're going to get everything all cleaned up. You didn't even open this? We'll get everything all wrapped up. And look at that. I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. I had a blast, and like always, this is Florida Aquaman, and I'm out till next time.